Good morning and namaste to everyone. Welcome to another interlude. We have our very special guest here today who will serve as our sharer or speaker for this morning, whichever way you want me to put it. And that's Kamala Devi. Kamala is a longtime supporter and friend of AHAM's. She is here with us as our guest at the AHAM Center. She will be with us for some time on into July, even longer than that if we can persuade her. Kamala is also a longtime devotee of Ramana Maharshi. She is the founder of the Hill of Fire Sanctuary in Coffs Harbour, Australia, which is a Ramana Maharshi center. And again, Kamala, we're so happy to have you here with us. We welcome you. Kamala will also lead us in the meditation this morning. And after she has completed her sharing, I will come back up and close us out. So Kamala will begin in a moment.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste. Namaste.
Through many dangers, toils and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and it's grace that leads us home. With gratitude to A. Ramana of blessed memory for inviting me first to AHAM, and for the joy that I've had in that community over the years and the support. Gratitude. It's a rare thing to be able to come to a place that just holds this oneness for us. We've all heard the truth. We've thought about it, contemplated it, and we practice it. So to be able to come in one place together, it's a holy communion that we have. And all the angels and all the saints who have nothing else to do, whose job is over, have one duty left, which is to guide and love us. Always. So we feel the presence of all those wise ones whose words come to us still full of the power from when they were first uttered or sung. Because wise words never lose their potency. The truth is in them, and the truth is eternal, always with us. How wonderful. Satsang. The Guru. Bhagavan Ramana shows us a way infinitely simple. Doesn't take special uniforms, even special places or times, but a practice that we can do at all times. If we ask for anything, it's for remembrance. To dive deep into the heart, into our own self. Jnana and Bhakti. Bhakti, or devotion, said to be the mother that gives birth to jnana, to knowledge. So it's not possible to have one and not the other, because they are one. It's like love and marriage. You can't have one without the other. And Ramana's name itself, meaning the marriage, the divine union of the mind and the heart, the mind falling in love with the heart, in the oneness. What a name! Divine marriage of mind and heart in the oneness. It's not hard to feel the joy, the excitement of the mind falling in love with the heart. We feel the heart as a place of radiance, our own self deep within. How radiant, with no edge to the radiance, just radiance spreading forever and ever. There's no edge to it, no limit. Just the radiant heart of our own being. Already present. How can we not fall into the heart in love? One of Bhagavan's verses, abandoning the outer world with mind and breath controlled, to meditate on thee within, the yogi sees thy light and finds his delight in thee. O Arunachala. So let us just see that breath that has been flowing in and flowing out for the whole of our life in this body. Whether we're aware of it or not, giving it attention or not, faithfully it's flowing in and flowing out. So we feel the breath as it flows in and flows out, just being conscious of the breath without changing it in any way. As feeling how it enlivens every cell of this body. Every cell scintillating with the life, the prana of the breath. just as we're aware of the breath, giving attention to the flow of the breath, there comes a moment when the breath naturally deepens. Just attend, wait for that moment. When that deepening occurs, it's easy to breathe softly without any strain at all. To breathe softly in and out. And as we breathe gently, we see that the breath arises from deep within, from the heart of our being. It rises and fills all space with light. And each time that the breath flows out, it recedes inwards, inwards, to the very core or heart of our being. The place where thoughts arise, the breath also arises. The breath recedes deeply within. Now again, without any strain at all, take a breath in and feel how light comes with the breath in. Prana, scintillating light, filling our being with no limit. And as you breathe out, just let there be a moment where you hold the breath out, just without any strain at all, just for a moment, a comfortable moment. You hold the breath out and experience the deep, deep stillness and silence. No movement. Not straining with the breath. It's very gentle, easy to rest at the heart, center of our being, just simply resting. I am. pure eye shining. And let us again be conscious of the movement of the breath. How easy is the breath? How easy is it to sit in satsang with our own self? There's a collection of verses gathered by Bhagwan Ramana. It is called the supplement to the 40 verses on reality. Pure jnana. In this supplementary verses, there are a variety of verses, but the first 4 speak of the value of satsang, impressing on us that there is no greater blessing than we can have in our lives than the company of wise, the company of our own deep inner self, and the company of those that are revealed to us, that we have a natural deep reverence for, and whose words are potent with wisdom. Sometimes we can sit in the bodily presence of such a one. But the bodily presence is not so important. We may be in the bodily presence and be thinking about something else. Whereas when we think about the Guru or the wise one, we are there present. He or she is there present with us. The words of the wise one have the power to purify us, to set us free from limitation. This wisdom is always available to us. We have so many books and videos and means of accessing the wisdom. And we only have to hear or read a few words to alter our consciousness to a state of fineness and light. It is said of Bhagwan Ramana that his words were always sweet, helpful. They were always truthful. How wonderful to speak words that are helpful and truthful. And compassionate, not hurting anyone. He's a model for us. And he speaks the truth. He is the truth, he exemplifies the truth. So as the tradition says, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, hearing the truth, hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, the truth. Manana, contemplating the truth, seeing how it clears away so much complication, so much unnecessary strain of busy mind. And then nididhyasana, the practice of that truth. With Bhagwan Ramana's path, we're not asked to believe anything. It's by direct experience that we know it is a truth he shares. Direct experience. No dogmas or beliefs. So over and over in satsang, we hear the truth. We contemplate the truth and practice the truth. And the Guru Ramana, his essence is silence. He teaches in silence. So there are the words of truth, but his silence has the greatest grace and blessing. See that the word silent has the same letters in it as listen. Can you hear the silence? So when there's a marriage, it's an occasion for joy. So when the mind turns inwards and falls into the heart, there is joy. This practice is joyous. Not feeling that joy may be too much doing. We surrender the doing of the practice and simply fall into the self-presence. Again, Bhagwan's words. Let me be mad with ecstasy, drunk with the bliss of thy essence, O Arunachala. Melting more and more with longing, I took refuge in you. There, itself, you stood revealed, O Arunachala. Sometimes the mind is in an agitated state or an active state. Sometimes it's dull and it's easy to feel drowsy. And sometimes it's just peaceful. During those times when it's restless, the mind, and doesn't easily surrender to the heart, the inquiry, and times when drowsiness is present, I have found it great support to simply say in my heart the word Arunachala. It is said even to think of Arunachala is to be assured of liberation. Arunachala. Aruna, being, bliss and consciousness, and Achala, perfection. In Bhagwan's magnificent song of 108 verses, all to Sri Arunachala, I think the word occurs 996 times. So in His grace, Bhagwan wrote this song for devotees to sing. And in singing it, they would say Arunachala 996 times. When Bhagwan was leaving his body, all the devotees gathered around and they sang, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. They sang and sang, and it was great solace to them. Last year marked 100 years since Bhagwan wrote that song for us. So in Sri Ramanashram in Tiruvannamalai, at 6 o'clock in the morning, a small group would sit and sing this song together. And they loved it so much that they're still doing it now, every morning. To hear the words in Tamil echoing through the hall before the Mother's temple is a most beautiful experience. In the introductory verse to this Aksharamana Malai, this garland of marital verses, Bhagavan's great friend and devotee Muruganar said that in saying or singing this song, it was impossible not to be purified and not to realize the truth, for it to be real. Real meaning always present, never absent. That's one of the many beautiful gifts we receive in satsang. Bhagavan so loved Sri Arunachala. When once he came there, he didn't ever leave. He never left the mountain. Faithfully loving the mountain his whole life. This Arunachala, Ramana, and the Self are one. Faithfulness to the beloved. That shines in the heart. He who dedicates his mind to thee, and seeing thee, always beholds the universe as thy figure. He who at all times glorifies thee and loves thee as none other than the Self. He is a master without rival, being one with thee, O Arunachala, and lost in thy bliss. It's just remembering to let the mind fall into the heart. We still use the mind as a wonderful tool in our life every day, but the rest of the time, just let it fall. Gravity helps. Mind falls into the heart. Light and joy. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kamala. And let's just all take these last few minutes to remain in the silence and stillness. Allowing Kamala's sharing, her words, to penetrate. Fully resting in the heart, in pure I am awareness. Thank you for this time together. Thank you again, Kamala. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, and thank you.